Howdy there, Casey. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Arnon! Look at that! Arnonsky, good to see you, brother. Stonks, Leo, how are you guys? Good to see you both as well. Hello to everybody else who joins in the background, didn't say hello yet, or can't, or whatever else. Hello to everybody. Let's go over the usual suspects. We kinda got what we were expecting today. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Judy. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, smash the like many times. Make sure it's broken altogether. Break the button. We kind of got what we were expecting, all down to the asset level. In fact, quite early, we just pretty much rallied through the night, and if you can see perfectly as we predicted, for example, on Palantir side of things, right? So you see we marked this 67.34 really. It's actually 67.31 and 34, but screw it. Let's just focus on one of them. And so that was the expectation. You can see, pardon me, you can see we ended up doing that right away on market open, and then as we said, we're probably going to see some form of correction. We said we might not even make it that high, but if we do, and then we'll start correcting, and as you can see, perfectly played out with a little bit of slippage, kind of normal, right, which matches perfectly with the channel as expected. Just did it very early throughout the day, pretty much opened the way it did. So I mean, just kind of most things, if you look on most fronts, things just kind of panned out as we've expected them to. I think this chart is very noisy and I should probably clean it up from all the nonsense. I am so sorry, ladies and gents. Let me just clean that up real quick. Just so we'll have a cleaner chart. Boom, done. All nice and dandy. Perfect. Right. So what did we really have? Nothing really. I hate to say it, but all in all, it's kind of a nothing sandwich. In fact, I hope, yeah, Leo is here. He can tell you that when the session was starting, before it really started, I was expecting to see pretty much everything as is, other than I've expected us to break. And if you listen to yesterday, pretty similar. We're expected to open up going slightly higher and then correcting downwards, and I was expecting to see a handle of 57 today. We ended up seeing a 58.05, which is just a smidge away from, almost there, almost made it. We're retaining still the holding on to that almost flat channel, as you can tell, which again just emphasizes how much of a nothing burger it really is, all in all. And we end up sort of retesting previous levels. I did find this rally quite interesting, this correction back to the upside, and then a quick drop. By the way, this is why I slightly delayed the live. I was first of all on the call, second of all I was watching this, and I've expected to see this play out through before I do go live, just to have something more conclusive to talk about, which I find very interesting. I actually expected it to break all the way to the bottom of the channel, but sure, well, I can understand why some of these things can take longer. No worries, we all do. We are all aware of these things. But what we can see, for example, right away, if we want to focus on the final hour, which we are within, we have about 30 minutes left, 32 minutes. And we're seeing that the momentum is already starting to deteriorate and break downwards, and we know what that means. Again, slowly but surely. Of course, it's bearish dominant. It has to be to do so, right? So, oh, sorry, my bad. Let's just flip this around. Doesn't matter. That's bearish bullish volume. Not really interesting for us right now. We can kind of see it's not enough of a telltale sign, so to speak. So we're not focusing on that. Oh, convergence, right? You see, again, this sort of thing can flip back and forth, but still, on the grand scheme of things, as it's been tested, as we've tested the overbought territory for quite a while, I would argue that it's far more likely that it's going to slowly continue and deteriorate, rather than, even if we're testing it again, we're not doing much. We're pretty much staying on the same levels, so not that much big of a deal, right? So kind of unimportant. That's why we like to skip the 1 minute, simply because even if it can give us a reading of the following, it's maybe something good to look at in the final last several minutes of the day, or if you want to see the detail and the granularity of the market. Johnny, wait, hold on. We haven't even, we're in the 1 minute. Come on, hold on. Wait, you are rushing it. All right, so 5 minutes is actually rather bullish, right? Although remember, we are below the 50 range, so it's how bullish is it? But really, we have to be objective. That's why we have the shorter range, so that still signifies that we might make it to that ceiling of the shorter range, which is roughly at around 58.35 I saw, 58.40-ish, let's call it that. So we can agree upon 58.40. Cool. 58.40, that does give us the potential of squeezing that out. We'll see in the 30 minutes in a second whether that is even a possibility or whether we are actually going downwards and moving within the wedge. Yes, wedge, you see what's going on here is when you are having this support, right, and you're having this resistance, now you formulated the wedge and you can see clearly how we're testing it and moving within the framework of that thing, right? So pretty simple all in all. So yeah, it will be very much more than possible if we do this within the framework of this session, the 58.40, maybe even finalized by hitting the resistance, maybe even having some slippage. I would argue that will probably be part of the post-market and rather not something we'll see right now. Christoph, what, Arnold is already running away? Wish I could stay, but need to pick up the kids. Of course. Full-time daddy-o. Love to have you, more of you. I know there's a lot of people who are interested in options, man. Where are you? It's like you're missing out on all the good fun. Plus, I mean, look at the market. Don't really have to say anything, but yeah, good to see you, brother. Hope to have you here again later. Good. I mean, happy day. I actually had the time to jump in. So let's continue. Really, what we are seeing, remember, 30 minutes. Remember that 5 minutes was also bullish within the context of the 30 minutes, and whether it's really possible, whether we will be able to squeeze above the 50 range all in all together. Really depends on the 30 minutes quite a bit, because if we're saying, well, within the context of that 5 minutes range, right, the way we were seeing it, yeah, we can have some damage within the framework of, let's say, 3, 5, 4 candlesticks, right, of 5 minutes length each, and basically having this, well, building up this bullish sort of structure, right? How much more we squeeze? You see already we're starting to see deterioration. Surprise, surprise, it probably stems from that 30 minutes, which is tremendously bearish, right? Well, tremendously bearish. Really, why? Because the diversion between the two, okay, the convergence and divergence, the divergence between the two basically signifies how more powerful that particular trend in a particular direction that it's going. And in this instance, it's of course bearish because we have the D dominant right now, which is the red line, represents the loss of momentum, okay? To be really accurate, not just not bearish momentum, but which is in turn, in essence, for us, basically is one and the same. And once we do cross the 50, it becomes even more bearish. Once we cross the 20, we become oversold, if you will, which does tend to amplify the trade right before it switches back over. It's all about the length of the time. More so, 45 minutes. Remember, we oftentimes like to use the 45 minutes to confirm what it is that we're seeing on between. Basically, the 45 is a good range between the 30 minutes and the 1 hour. It allows us to understand and read. If you didn't have it, the reading between the 30 minutes and the hour would be less conclusive. So we're using the 45 minutes basically as a tiebreaker, okay, or more of a sort of bias tool, if you will, okay, just to have it on that side of things. Nope. Now, so we're seeing objectively right now it's already becoming bearish at face value, was not able to break the 80 range, which means we're far more likely right now to continue that trend working our way to the 50. On 50, of course, we will start correcting. Ori, good to see you. Good to see Ori. Ori, brother from another Israeli mother. All right, so I'll get to the chat in a minute or two. I really want to run through this. I was kind of a bit late, so we're going to run through this so I can get to the chat and talk about your individual tickers, boys and girls. So far, everything kind of worked out as we're saying. It's slowly deteriorating, of course, retesting, stumbling upon various gaps and all sorts of nonsense that basically chores, waste of time. But all in all, we're starting to see the continuation of the deterioration of the trend, and so it becomes even further more bearish, right? Let's go 1 hour. 1 hour, we're seeing something very similar. Although I would like to grab your attention to the fact of the matter, we actually were able to break above the 84 second again, right? With both the K and the D both signify basically that shows that we are actually, we had a bit of a bearish moment there, and yes, a bullish moment, sorry, and we saw it quite well, which all in all was a corrective movement. It is part of the corrective movement that we're having over the long run. So again, if you zoom out and you remove your biases, you realize, wait, so we have the downwards price action, right? Within the framework of the channel, it's not perfect. Okay, that happens. Okay, the same way we have slippage here, it doesn't have to make it all the way to the bottom. In fact, the sooner the bots recognize it, as you can see, they start picking it up without allowing it oftentimes to break below. That's normal. Okay, that's why we don't wait for the last second. Just wink, wink, little secret. You know, waiting for the last second might cost you a whole trade sometimes. But all in all, what we're seeing, so what we are doing right now from an objective standpoint, we're just retesting that median again. We're basically right now stuck at that median range, and this is what we're doing. So it does tend to, it's just not going to be flat, right? Just hit and flat. No, it's not going to do that. So it sort of wiggles around or tends to get entangled, as we refer to it oftentimes, get entangled with that resistance, right? So that's why it penetrates through. That's normal. Now, the real question is, from here, where, right? Are we going higher or are we going lower? That's the real question. Well, right now, we do know we've stumbled upon the sort of that upper range of the lower tier, right? So the real question is, now are we going down to complete that process, or have we really finalized? Because look, the idea here that because we haven't done this, there is still some sort of form of an idea that represents and says, well, potentially we might still break down that this was not a real retest of these levels. Okay, so that might actually go lower. Still, it still might go higher, right? Let's see. So to again identify this, we'll look at the actual momentum. How is it being structured? Right now it's becoming more bearish. So, but we know it might be just a temporary retest of that very median, right? So it's just a drop for a little bit just to correct back up back to that median, and then we'll move upwards, right? So let's be objective. 4 hours. 4 hours is oversold, ladies and gents. And the only reason we're having that bullish momentum is because, well, as we tend to do, post-moving and doing a particular trend, well, we have a bit of a relief rally, right? Something that is corrective, meaning, again, if we moved downwards 10 points, we will get back like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3, which will bring this entire equation to an overall downwards 7, right? So it will tame down this whole process. Pardon me, I forgot. Okay, so focus on what you get at the end of the day. This is why we say don't focus on the day-to-day. Everybody is very jittery and reactive and emotional, and every day, oh, the market's up, the market's down. Again, the market is going to be up and down quite a bit. It's going to be very volatile, and that's very normal, right? That's part of that process. That is part of the process of how it shifts over. We could still remember, I objectively showed on the longer duration channel, I showed how we might still correct higher. And the focus here is the fact of the matter that this thing is just getting started. In fact, again, as we're seeing this, sure, I know, and that's always going to be the cope, right? That's always going to be the case. Oh, no, it's just temporary. Oh, no, it will not proceed. Sure, it could be the case. But if we objectively look at how this is building up to look like, and we're becoming so much more bearish so rapidly, and we're seeing so much bearish momentum here on the smaller time frames, we understand if these will print into the larger one, of course there will be some spillover effect, and once they do, this becomes even further more bearish, amplifying the effect of itself. And so the market becomes more bearish because the print is more bearish, which is basically its own actions, right? Kind of amusing how it works, the chicken or the egg thing. But bottom line is that we are becoming more bearish, right? More downwards pressure, meaning we're far more likely, because look at this, what we are retaining right now is actually no longer that upwards direction channel. In fact, we're transitioning from the upwards, which is the longer duration, through the temporary shorter term, and we're doing it very, very decisively, right? Look, we're basically unable to even break back in. Sure, we might. Likelihood, well, we'll see. Again, based upon this structure, I would say that it's far more likely that we go more bearish and not more bullish. I mean, it's kind of telling you, right? We could flip over, sure, absolutely. But to be more certain about that, let's go higher, right? That's what we do. That gives us a bigger picture, bigger idea. Well, guess what? On the daily, we've been basically bearish all along, right, for quite a while now, and now we're oversold. So what do you think? Even if we proceed several more days at this rate in this particular direction, we get lower, giving us the handle I told you about, that 57 handle. All right, so we're slowly but surely getting closer. If you remember, I don't have the bubble here? I don't have the bubble here. Where's the red bubble? What happened to the red bubble? Red bubble. That's the wrong chart. That's a continuous chart. But which is, by the way, also very important to oftentimes follow the continuous chart, which includes the pre and post market price action of the S&P. And so you can see that it also is building a negative sort of momentum structure. And so we're becoming more bearish as we go. Okay, so this is quite evident on all time frames. Where's my bubble? Where's my bubble? I think my bubble is here. I think this is the chart with the bubble. Yeah, here's the chart with the bubble. Alrighty, I didn't lose it. Okay. I am losing my mind, but I didn't lose the chart. You see what I did there? All right, cool. So based on this, again, remember that 57 handle is basically the ceiling of that red bubble we were talking about, that red range, whatever, just kind of a target area that I was showing off, right? And this is where we ended up. Here is that red target. Here it is, just moved to the side. Remember, we said it might take a little bit longer. Right now, we're already seeing that we're building up that negative momentum, and here you're seeing exactly why it was all predicted. You can follow the previous videos. In fact, we gave it the benefit of the doubt of actually being able to reach higher, right, to that previous gap, and so it didn't really do that. And yes, it was mentioned that not necessarily it might continue the trend. It might more probably will go higher, as we said. Here we had these orange lines and all that beautiful stuff. And so far you can see, and you can retrace back to these videos and basically actually see me talking about this, saying how slowly but surely, with a correction, without the correction, we'll end up moving towards the 57, 56 handle. Of course, it'll take a lot of time. It's not necessarily going to be happening overnight, but it is a process that we're slowly moving towards. You can kind of see and identify very much that downwards pressure that is on the larger scheme of things. You can also identify it's happening right here, right, on the smaller scheme of things. So just kind of to show you what it is that we're talking about, to change colors. Cool. That is that. And of course, we're seeing that pressure correlating and coordinating with what we think, being unable to break above the 80 range and starting to correct downwards. Okay, we see this pressure. This is very significant, very clear as well. So yeah, far more likely to become more bearish. By the way, important announcements before I forget. One final spot in the One-on-One Academy. The another spot was just taken over in the final minutes before this live. So one final spot in the One-on-One Academy. Don't miss out. That's an important announcement. Important system announcement. You can clearly see it, by the way, here on the further out we go, the clearer the bigger picture becomes, right? You can, I'm so sorry we have so much noise here, but then if I remove it, I'm not going to remember I showed and spoke about this stuff. Damn it. I mean, I wouldn't be able to brag on the chart that I have and all this and that. But yeah, so at face value, remember, we're basically scraping the bottom of the overbought territory on the 1 hourly. It's kind of problematic, but we're more bearish at face value, right? Why didn't we even go there? Well, why didn't we even go there? Well, didn't we want to continue to the 4 hours and so forth? And we're actually bearish and all that beautiful stuff. Okay, I don't know why I went back. Okay, just stupid me, I guess. Oversold, relief rally, overall continuing with the downwards pressure. As you understand, the further out we go, the more it means that we're going to proceed with this sort of pressure. You see this even further pressure to the downside, retaining the below 50. Weekly have been downwards pressure for quite a while. We actually said it from a couple of weeks ago. We've been emphasizing how important this is and where it's going. And here it is. Surprise, surprise. It's doing exactly that. So you got a big downwards candlestick, sort of lots of pressure. What right now is being tested is actually the bottom, right? The bottom of the channel. This, I would argue, basically was correlating perfectly with this channel. If you understand, it was part of the idea. This is crooked ass pattern. Those who don't know, very important pattern in the market. I'm just kidding. Please don't take it seriously. I'm like a rapper. I need to breathe in between the lines and stuff, right? So, you know, and so, yeah, but now we're no longer just saying, look, it's going to be that low. We're still sticking by these various supports and resistances simply because we're seeing that the pressure is that significant, right? You can see right here on the weekly. That means we're still retaining, at least it seems, it appears to be, and we'll be able to confirm it on a larger time frame, of course, as always, or at least for now at face value, we're bearish and probably will retain this for at least 1 week longer, if not a couple. And even if you do have a convergence divergence here, it still most likely will signify then a breakdown again. Usually why? Because these processes are prolonged, especially when they're sort of been in the oven for a long time. The longer they are in the oven, the longer they will persist, actually, which means, I mean, the longer we've been rallying, the more we have to correct on. It just kind of goes hand in hand. The tendency of the market, if you will. Right. Larger, come on. You don't want to? Oh yeah, where? Sorry. Absolutely, I forgot. Come on. Their thing? No, it doesn't want to. Okay. I don't know why, but it's refusing to work. There's a larger channel that's supposed to appear, and it's just refusing to do its thing. And it should be flattening out right now, actually, but sure, cool. I don't know why it's refusing to do that. Another thing, very important, really the monthly channel, the one we've been emphasizing all along and saying how important it is. Again, we're slowly becoming bearish. At face value, we're bearish. This thing is just very, very slow. That's why it's sort of, and I've been warning about this for months on end. There's no one can say I didn't tell you so, didn't warn you, didn't prepare you, blah, 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 woof, woof. Anywho, this, you can see this is that channel. We've been in it for a very long time. Last time it was 2021, December, January 22, basically the 3-month persistent that we got stuck in that, on that level in particular, and ended up being rejected downwards, which is very, very normal. Those who understand, we don't actually tend to have the price action grow higher over time to what we would consider to this side, which is to the left. And it's kind of, you need to understand that there are various channels here as we're progressing through. And currently, well, it's going to be very normal, very classic, very just the right way for the market, very correct, if you will, more so the momentum signifies it to move to the downside, correct, whether it's the median of the channel, whether it's the actual bottom, which correlates to that 48.18 we've been talking about. So it all kind of goes hand in hand, right? You can see that perfect junction. Does that mean we just break on this trajectory? No, we could just break in one day and then get stuck there for months on end, but that is very unlikely. In other words, it's not going to be a linear process. In fact, if I really want to insist and be accurate about it, it's far more likely to do something akin to getting down here, getting stuck for a while, and only then breaking down here. So it's going to be more of a process. Okay. Remember, we drop far faster than we climb higher. That's normally the process. So that's what we're seeing. I mean, we can always go look at the 3 months, and we know how we're already starting to see signs of the bullish momentum deteriorating, it not being able to break above that 80 level. So there's a lot of signs really that are coming here and showing us that there is potential more bearish momentum, or rather the deterioration of the bullish momentum, which is within itself is bearish, right? But again, I would argue that right now, since the new candlesticks, the half year, which kind of starting to see a little bit of a breakdown there, this one is deceiving. This appears to be bullish at face value, and we spoke about this before because this sort of candlestick is still fresh. And so because we haven't printed any behavior yet in this newer candlestick, it cannot readjust and reopen up. And so it's sort of closed up for a little bit. Whenever we're going to see most of this bearish price action print in the larger scheme of things, this will readjust, which roughly, I would argue, give it a month or two. Within a couple of months, it will be completely different. All right. Remember, sort of mark my words, right? We've said this before. We've seen this before, so nothing new. All right. What else? Yeah, I think now we kind of ran through what are we? We're getting closer to the end of the session. Let's see what we're getting. Yeah, market's very volatile. Probably, well, top channel. Come on, break. And break, right? It's perfect. And perfect. Perfectly in line with that 58.29. Yeah, gorgeous, right? Right, time for chat, I guess. Let's do chat. Hello to everybody who I didn't say hello to. What? Blackberry, Badwards Gang, of course, Joseph, Michalis, Johnny Christoph, AR31. I think I've seen you here before. Goddamn cool nickname. Alexei Rshov. Welcome, sir. You definitely have... Oh, that is an Israeli-Ukrainian flag. Now, I love that. Now, that I like. We do support Ukraine here. At least I am. I am a supporter of Ukraine. It is what it is. They didn't go out and attack anybody, kind of thing. And I'm obviously a supporter of Israel because I live here. Those who don't know, yeah, I am from Israel and all sorts of cool stuff. Righty, let's look at RGTI, I guess. Johnny, what do you say? We watch the final 10 minutes or we go with the tickers? Let's go with the stickers. Um, let's go. Stonks, what are you saying there? Dear audience, please. Three buttons, the like button. You know, annoy people. Okay, well, we're saying RGTI, right? RGTI. Let's do RGTI for who was requesting RGTI? That was Johnny. What, Johnny? What the hell is going on in your RGTI? Computing. Okay, so okay, cool. I mean, I'm assuming quantum computing. I'm just kind of assuming, and I see we already analyzed and we looked at this for a little bit, and there was like a thing that we gave it a bit of a look-see. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what is this? When was that? What is the time? I need more time. I need more time. I need the more bigger thing. Okay, that is disgusting. Have we done this? It's Johnny, where are you coming up with these things? Where do you find all these things? I'm curious. I'm curious. It obviously will care for that one, right? So there we go. Right about perfect. I mean, you literally have to be deaf, dumb, and blind not to see that one. I'm pretty sure probably has that one as well involved just because it's been long enough around the block. I'll have to go deeper to see whether it does. And it... Stop doing that. Well, we don't need it anyways. That's good enough. It is inconclusive yet. Let me check just to be more certain of this thing. Actually, I want to go deeper. Deeper. I believe so. Yes, I believe I got it right. Cool. Cool beans. Cool beans. If I'm watching 17 likes. Stonky, stop haunting people for the likes. You're damn legend. I appreciate you doing so, but stop haunting people for the likes. It's good. Anybody who wants to like, dislike, whatever, you know, let them do their thing. But you're goddamn great. Thank you for doing that. Still, I appreciate you reminding people of doing that. Right, so 30 minutes, too short. I don't care for 30 minutes. I definitely can tell that your asset is trying to remain above. It is rather bullish. If it breaks here above your 50, you are on a clear bullish pattern, and you will maybe be able to recover this all the way through, becoming bullish, still bearish and oversold. You're bearish on the longer run. Yeah, look, even if you recover, just basically that's exactly what it's going to be, a recovery, right? So you're even becoming temporarily bearish on your upward trend, which is your monthly. You don't have any data on the quarterly, which sucks. Let's look at the monthly for a second. I'm curious of something. That is that drop, right? Yes, absolutely. So you're market related. You know what? Let's see. Is there any justification for this excuse? Is there anything that is on the balance sheet going on? So messy and okay. I mean, at least you're going on down your well. I mean, abilities. No, you're fucked there. No. Okay, no, not good. Why was that? What's going on with you there? And okay, so they're increasing liabilities, but that they're forced to in the same way they're yes, their assets are okay. What did we say they do? Quantum computing, of course, it's that one thing. You know, that's the thing. A lot of quantum computing stocks do tend to look a lot of like very shifty right now, and they almost look as if there's bullish momentum in the barrel, if you will, and I can see that. I can see how it wants to try and reach higher back into the higher channel. Sure, no problem, but it's really hard to determine right now. I'm more certain than not that it definitely tries to make to the median, which will be what your 10 handle area. So But all in all, it's almost looks as if it's lying to you. On the grand scheme of things, it's still stonky. That's not funny. Stop it. It is still market related, and so if the market takes a dump, but then again, that gigantic gap, that you gave me a conundrum here. I'm more tempted to say that the weekly is more correct in this instance, and the weekly really shows you what is going on, and that is just ugly. And if that is true, that just means you're roughly gonna break easily as it continues at this path down to the bottom of this channel, which gives you half price. I mean, half of the current price. This might get slashed in only 50% in no time. That's what happens when the asset runs too far too fast, boys and girls. You pay for it around the corner. Remember. What? Yiddish? We don't speak. I don't speak Yiddish. Murad, Jewish is not a language. You mean Hebrew or Yiddish? What? I don't even know what's going on there. All right. So on the grand scheme of things, I'll tell you this. Look, it does appear to have sort of this hypothetical bullish wave in the barrel right now, being cooked, and it's there. And it might make it to 10 there in this instance, because that's the very next sort of major resistance support you'll have in this instance, although you do have obviously something there at 10 something something. I would argue it's pretty clear, and I kind of understand why it is. So 9 something something, you have something 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 at 9. You still could make it to 10 10 just based upon how the structure of the momentum is, but then it's going to break down. I really don't see how you can continue this rally at this path, and eventually it will break down with the rest of the market. The deeper the market will start tugging lower, this will start, all the quantum assets will start moving lower with them. So that is that one. Where were like SLB today. Now check. Okay, let's do SLB. SLB. Schlutinger, Bubinger, Schluchtingberg. It's Schluchtingberg, yes? Just definitely, it's all good. Okay. Come on. That's such a beautiful sight. Okay, year-wise, okay. Okay, so we've been around the block. So what do I want? What is this? This is 1,000. So this was, that's 03. And that's 08. And that's weird. Okay, so okay, I do need this one, obviously. Okay, cool beans. Uh-huh. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket Chебурashka scientist for this one. I mean, funny enough, it's only when you zoom out this way you can actually sort of see the direction of the thing, and it's kind of doing its thing. So, yeah, not really cool for you. I mean, I'm sorry, I cannot draw to save my own life. God damn it. But yeah, you're kind of having this sort of structure going on. I'm sorry for my inability to draw. Now. Hourly says that you still have a little bit to spill over here, maybe 42.96 on the grand scheme of things. Can it do that? Yeah, it's probably can do that. It's not that far off. But then again, median, where is that? No, no, nope. It can't do it, I would argue. They have to have a tremendous rally for that. Since, yeah, it's squeezing on all fronts. But it can make it to that one, which is 41.77. Yes, that is possible. Yes, you can make it to that trend channel, which you broke off of, basically. And I would argue that based upon this, it still probably want to retest it and correct to it, which gives you 42 handle still. It's just the lower 42s. Can it make it then to 42.96 if it's there? Sorry, to this level. Problematic. It will be hard to discern, but I will have to then look at this within roughly about a couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to complete that very quickly, so it might take some time. Okay, so that's not. I wouldn't bet on that right away. You're oversold and you're having relief rally. So yeah, you know what? I get back. I take it back. You still can easily do 42.96. Yes, 42.96 could definitely be a thing. I can still see how all and everything is just pointing to the fact that it might still play a role. But that then will just mean sort of retest of these levels and maybe some under level or something, or diagonal smaller resistance, and then end up breaking 35 when everything else will break, because it is still market related and it's having the very same phenomena it has on everything else, and it's very, very bearish on the grand scheme of things. So, but you still have some pressure in that hose, if you will. So Goog, Google. We will get to Goog. We'll get to Goog. I promise. Where were we on the chat? I'm not missing anything. Oh, why is my chat thingy going bananas? Stop going bananas. Okay, I want to skip just for. Wait. I need to go through the tickers. Will we receive a Yemeni missile tonight? I don't know. Yeah, we had one this night. Ayom Balayla, we had one. You see, guys, Ori here shares my frustration with the inability to sleep at 3 in the morning. I don't know, Ori. It's such a good question, my brother. It's, yeah. Look, I hope this thing is. We need to do something with this. This is some bullshit, honestly. This really, this is wrong. I don't want to talk politics here and all that, and I want to. We're basically going to end up deviating, but damn it, this is getting annoying. It really messes up the sleep cycle and schedule, and I finally got it sorted out barely, and it's annoying. Yeah. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Any thoughts about Nvidia bottom? Well, I've made a video and I said that currently sort of your major resistance that you should be looking out for once completed with the three level set is. Look, we're doing currently these, right? Remember, we once we're done with this, and the market will continue lower, given we're already at the lower point, right? In fact, look at this. I've given it 3 potential trajectories, right? Downwards to this level. Remember, retesting this level and upwards up. Or maybe if you're like super lucky and you have a bullish day, this. What did we get? We get a little bit up and back to that very level. So technically, and by the way, amusingly enough, if you really, really pay attention, right? If you pay attention, we actually ended up first correcting to that very sort of very channel I have had here before. Look. You see, I had like a bit of a correction, right? The market had a bit of a correction, and it had it where? Perfectly testing that 38, 20% retracement, that 133.12 level. Look at that. Okay, you see, now that I remove it again, see, it sits perfectly on top of that one as well. So everything worked out exactly as expected, right? You see? Everything is jongleur, chef's kiss, all that beautiful nonsense. You see? So far, we're doing everything as expected, moving within the framework of the channel. Sure, it's a higher end, but it's a descending channel, damn it. I mean, so yeah, is it going to continue doing that? Eventually, it will reach 124.98. Eventually, it will switch over to the next set of threes. Basically, we'll have that 118.46, 115, 112. Eventually, it will give up the 118 because that's the higher end. It's kind of a shift over channel. Basically, it doesn't really, it's not one of the set of threes, and then end up at 110. So the real target that we're looking at right now is 110. It might take some time, and by the way, I promise to you that once it reaches any one of these very strong levels, it will bounce off of them. In fact, I would argue that 118 will be very annoying. 78.60 will be very annoying. 110 is going to be very annoying. Why do we know that? Because we've tested these levels to death already. I mean, look, these levels have been a pain in our ass for like a long time, basically all the way from here, which is June 24, all the way to October-ish for 24, and pretty much the entire year, basically. So yeah. And now we've made the head, right? We've made the shoulder, the head. And now we're going to break down to the neckline. And then there will be a rally, right? Afterwards. And everybody going to think like, oh, you know, well, yeah, to the moon. And really it's going to be a bear trap. A bull trap, sorry. And all the bulls will get trapped in the market. And yeah, and will become neat little nice bag holders. Alrighty. So that's NVIDIA for ya. That's NVIDIA for you. Let's go here. What did we have? We said Mamatsav Murat. Oh my God, Casey, you goddamn legend. That is so correct. That's exactly how we say it. Mamatsav. No, actually, well, we would add the A, H, or no, not the H. H is like, but yeah, A. Like there's like an A in between the two words, so it'll be Mamatsav, which is like, how is the situation, right? Which that's how we ask each other, we greet each other with hello, basically. That is so cool. Lechaim, fuck, going bananas there. This is all what I know in Jewish, on Hebrew, not Jewish, Hebrew. I won both the 10 and the 3 for the 13, not 7. I went both for the. Wait, 10 and 3, 4, 13, not 7. I'm confused now. Now I'm confused. Johnny, your choice of stock to ask about doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Johnny has the craziest stuff. Johnny always comes up with the craziest stuff. Joseph, hello, Greg, and all. Hello, Joseph. Michalis, hey, all. Hello. Stonks, I'm not a man of mystery, just regular Johnny with simple requests. Yes, Johnny, we've seen your simple requests. You come up with the craziest stuff, I gotta say. SLB we've done, right? Right, like now we've done that. We're Jewish. It's not a language. You mean Hebrew, yeah, or Yiddish. Right, now I see the comment. AR, thank you for correcting him. Aha, correct. Market dump more after close today. You know what? That's actually a good question. I mean, we're already in the post market, right? Let's look at the post market. Look, in preparation for tomorrow, right? Because we have CPI tomorrow, and it's expected to come in at 2.9. And if it comes, I would argue that even, I mean, first of all, if it comes at 2.8, which is a higher number, which is already going to look bad, right? Going to perceived, it's all about the sentiment, so it's already going to be perceived as negative. Then if it really comes in at 2.9, which that's really bad, but if it comes in at 3, the market might shit the bed. Okay, I mean, and it's not going to be one of those gentle shits, if I may be so rude and say that. All right. So yeah, I mean, we can look at the market, how it's behaving, what is it building, what is it cooking on the daily. It still is bearish, going into oversold territory. Good question, but you know what? Since the weekly looks the way it is and it still is tugging, yeah, it could definitely be that we'll have more bearish momentum come in. Of course, right now as the market closed, it's still sort of test this channel. It's that very channel you can see on the screen right now. I had this line pre-prepared, like in a cooking show, you see? It's a pre-made line, okay? I think from yesterday, actually. So pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much nothing changed. Nothing changed. So right now, I would argue this is the area we're looking at. We're still looking at 58.90, which correlates very neatly with 58.80, kind of with the regular contract. So not that far off. And that is that best case scenario. But all in all, it does look like it might have a spillover later as it continues. Here on the 4 hours, you can see that. Okay. All right, we've seen that. What's the name of the indicator at the bottom? At the bottom, that is stochastic RSI. Okay. It's just that for you it will appear differently. For you, it will appear your K will appear as blue, and your D will appear as orange, which basically the D signifies the loss of momentum. It's actually a moving average of a moving average, which is kind of that's how it works. But really, that is a moving average of the momentum as it builds up, and you can basically deduct that you're gonna have bullish or bearish trends coming through. So it's actually useful in that sense that allows you to read bullish momentum or vice versa, the change and a loss of, which in essence, in other words, is also bearish momentum. I saw it's go looking at the max pain for these weeks for most stocks might go lower until Friday. Alexei, actually, the prediction have been. You can ask the members here and part of the community, of course. This thesis have been standing for far longer than just a couple of weeks, days, whatever, longer than even months. It was basically a very long standing thesis in recognition of harmonic structures in the market, and so it did take a lot longer than expected. I would argue that it's based upon the Fed's really bad actions and administration pressure, and really the change. If they had to change the definition of recession for it not to be a recession, then it's a recession, okay? And we've been screaming it off the rooftops, and it's just insane that the market went into the slaughter willingly, knowing it making a mistake for short-term gain to pay a lot more for basically the pain that will end up coming through this whole procedure is going to be a lot worse than the gain that we got from it. So that was a very dumb thing to do. But yeah, join the community, by the way. You know what, maybe it's time to do the daily shout out thingy, right? Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Join the Patreon. I still recommend everyone not to join these tiers because I currently am working on the benefits, right? These various tiers, although there are clear benefits to some of them, but I am working on some of them and I want to name them on right now. This is the basic tier. Don't forget to change this little ticker so it allows you to have a 15% discount on $17 instead of $20, and you will be in the know. You will know why we were predicting it, for how long, when, how, what people are doing, what am I thinking, what are we seeing on the charts, a lot more personal time, because members of my Discord, which is 100% private, get to hang out with me on the daily basis. You can ask the participants right here. They can tell you on the daily basis, every single day we hang out right there where Stonks is, right there, hang out every day. Hello, Stonky. Hello. This is where we hang out every day. We answer questions and do all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, definitely join us. You'll get to learn all sorts of cool stuff. This is for the Academy members, so ignore it for the time being, and still a work in progress. Of course, ranging from memes and various important topics we post about and discuss and keep each other up to speed. Of course, the main chat, we have tickers where we basically you guys can ask for various assets, and I answer oftentimes in the form of a chart and show you what it is that's going on, and then you can do your own analysis and understanding. And by the way, here, look, check this out. We've been predicting this for what was this? We're looking at the 13th of the 30th. Okay, so at the end of the year, right? So for quite a while now, you can see that beautiful stuff, right? You can see all these predictions, why and how. Various tickers. You can request for tickers the same way we do here, but on a lot more of a personal level, and then we analyze why and how. Okay, that is one of the benefits of the Discord, of course, and you get to hang out with me on a daily basis. As I said, those who are interested in more in-depth technical analysis and one-on-one academy. This is where I teach. There's one final spot. You need to DM me, direct message me. I'll have a conversation, a call with you, answer all your questions. You like it, cool, we proceed. If you don't, it's fun, it's okay. We part as friends, it's still good, no worries, and all that sort of stuff. By the way, one-on-one academy members do get lifetime membership on the Discord. Just letting you know. Yeah. Although I do have academy members who do decide to support. I don't know why. Crazy people. Up to them, right? Cool. Tickers. I see. I have a whole bunch. I see after Stonky here, we went all bananas. Okay. Chris, why are you deleting your stuff? Well, what's just yesterday we did it. The quantum stuff is everywhere. Oh, I see you maybe got the wrong ticker. Tilray, you want to do Tilray? Weed stocks? No, I will not lie. I myself a weed consumer, if you will. And I do advocate for cannabis and its benefits and all sorts of stuff. Why I deleted this, I don't know. But I'm not a big fan. The same way I hate Apple as sort of as a company, but I love the stock, okay? Because it's an amazing, great, I used to trade it to death. It's just awesome as a stock. It's just phenomenally awesome and so easy to read and just great, okay? Just great all over. But as a company, it's shit, okay? So objectively, even though I do think that cannabis is a great thing and I do think there are plenty of benefits, from healthcare to various industries, you name it. I mean, literally the uses are numerous, but the stocks are a problem. And we can look at Tilray, let's do that. But I'm going to tell you honestly that I have, they're not my favorite sort of sector. They're not my favorite part in the stock market. They're a bit problematic, and there's a lot of problems on the federal level, and until these are resolved, it's a big problem, okay? I mean, I do believe that cannabis should be brought back just like in the old days. It is an amazing thing to make fabrics off of, medicine, all sorts of things, right? It's phenomenal. As a material, it's phenomenal, literally. The applications are numerous. But I do think as stocks, they're still... Look, I'll say this. If you do believe, if you are believing in the industry, and you understand that it's a longer running game for you, similarly to things like Palantir, it would be a travesty not to pick up at such prices. It doesn't matter whether it's $1.18, $1.17, $1.60, $2, $1.50, $1, 80 cents, doesn't matter. I understand the pain of buying it at 120-ish, right, and then seeing it drop to 60. It can do that. I'm serious, it can. But it's also the right time. If you really do believe in the industry and you really believe what it can do and you really believe Tilray will be one of these companies that will be able to endure the pain, and it has no technical sort of facet to what I'm saying right now, no technical facet whatsoever, right? And this is a longer running game. This can take years, easily a decade. But if you bought, I don't know, 5,000 of them at $1, and then you got to see the stock rally to 20, 30, 40, 50. Just saying. And is the potential there? Yes, cannabis is that instrumental to society and that good, and all of these companies can grow from a tiny little, company to a Tesla of sorts, if you will. Every single one of them. It's all about how persistent and serious they are about their business, okay? And whether they'll be able to withstand the difficult storms. So that is it. That's the whole thing. That's the shenanigan with Tilray and other cannabis stocks. If we want to look at technical analysis, it still is in a lot of pain and probably will endure a lot more pain as we go. So yes, it can drop to 60 cents. I know it sucks. I know this is like, what does that mean? That actually means that yes, that is your 60 cents, if you will. Yeah, it can drop there. Irregardless, by the way, of what the technicals are showing. But yeah, the crap is not yet over with, and you're basically just in the middle of the storm still, and you're probably going to see lower handles than the 120 area that you're in. You're probably going to try and test the one area again. Definitely, one is definitely gonna, from what it appears to be right now, $1 will definitely be a thing. But eventually, in the longer run, yeah. I mean, if now is not the time to buy, I don't know when is the time to buy. That's all I'm gonna say. If you truly are a believer in the industry, god damn it, now is the time to buy. And let it drop. Let it cut itself in half. Right? As long as you can hold on to it and you really believe that the sector will do its thing, or you understand, or you think, you perceive, whatever, we're all big boys and girls here, to each their own, right? Yeah, but it will take some time. It'll take a lot of time. NVIDIA we've done. Let's do Goog. Goog. Why don't I have Goog open? I usually have Goog open. Google. Yes. Aleph Bet. Let's see the Aleph Bet. Okay, so yeah, why do I have this lots of nonsense right there? Okay, so what is this? What was I trying to show there? We'll get to that level one way or another. Was that what I was trying to show? Right? Here we go. I guess I was right. Cool. Forgot all about this. Why is it? Oh, it's okay. Right. That makes sense. Well. Well, first of all, I do need to do the thing. I know where it is. It is the, now to measure the current one, but no, I can't get the whole thing, so it's gonna be annoying. Right. And so I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm just thinking out loudish. Okay. That will make no sense to anybody right now, but I know what I'm doing. First of all, what is that? 152, right? Right. So technically I should be taking that, but because I have a feeling the market is an asshole, so it should be give or take internal. Yes. Yes. Look at that magic. Okay. Tell you what though. I mean, I've kind of shown this a while back, right? And so I said there will be some sort of movement here, da, da, da. And based upon the adjustment of where we're at now, it is this. It's not going to be flat. It's going to be. I think I showed here that it can be different shapes. So yeah, but this basically you're going to have this information. I think it still might penetrate, even do one of these weird things, but then it's going to retrace back to this. Why are we saying this? Because we're already testing here the range. We're already pointed lower. That's the weekly. We know that's highly market related. That is relief. So that's why it got that whole wick and back down and up. But once it's done with it, it's going to continue to the bottom of the channel. Basically, it will run out of that momentum and will start completing that thing. So all in all, and we're seeing convergence here, but that's the slower, and the longer the year will go and become more bearish, the more it will converge on itself, become bearish, drag it out. It's doing the 50. Basically, it's doing the 50, which implies that there is now reversal to at least 152 is a bare minimum, but it's going to be probably deeper. It's going to do like this head and shoulders thing, because that's what the market likes to do. And it might be higher. This is too far out. I'm just kind of saying on the grand scheme of things, and probably I'm going to forget about this drawing forever in a bit again. And so probably I should maybe do this instead of me forgetting about it. Forget about it. Right? I'll have to do this and then this sort of thing, right? This Head and Shoulders thingy. Crooked ass pattern or scrotum pattern. I don't know. You want to call it? Come on, it's Head and Shoulders. Mm, is KTOS a good long term? Judy, let's do for you KTOS. KTOS. Okay, right? Am I getting the right KTOS? Right. I'm getting the right KTOS. Let's do this. Aqua! Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, right. Wait, right. It's what's his face company, right? No, that was Enderil. No, wait. Okay. What do they make? What do they make? Do we know what they make? Anyone knows what they make? Can anybody check what they make real quick? Let's see what they make. One second. I'm off screen. What do they do? Who are you? Uh, they don't say what they make. One second. Although defense with the world situation right now, I would argue that probably. Yeah, no. Sizes, unmanned systems, satellite communications, cyber security warfare, microwave electronics. Absolutely, they're definitely in all the good stuff. I want to see their. Okay, wow, they are like all over the place. They're going. Well, I like them. Going to the next. I mean, it doesn't say exactly what they make, but since it sort of describes that they kind of are in a bit of everything, right? So, right. Not a bad idea. I'm actually in favor of these sort of things. I'm a big fan. Um, so let's look at the technicals. How have they been doing? Just kind of curiosity. I want to see. Okay, so right. What the increase flat? I mean, okay, okay, cool. No surprises there. Got it. Although, interesting. What happened there? So yeah, the main. Okay, that makes sense. Sure. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Timing wise. I'll tell you what. I do like defense, and call that the kid in me, whatever the XIDF moron that is still stuck inside. You want to call it whatever. Um, I will say that sadly it appears to be hitting resistance right now, and I don't know if it will be successful at breaking it. It's that very thing that it is sitting on top of right now. You can actually see it playing a role perfectly right here. Basically, I would argue that if I'll go dig deeper inside, I'm gonna find it was there as well. Here it is, and here it is again. Now, within the context of that, and within the context of the channel, we can have a structure for them, but it's sort of going to be redundant. I can, it really is going to be redundant. I would argue this price level, maybe I should. Well, we'll see. We'll see but we'll see. We'll see. Let me look at this for a second. I'm more curious about what, give me that in logarithmic here for a sec. It's going to be yeah, but it's gonna suck then. So absolutely, but it will work. What year is this? Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I have a structure for this. It's a very simple structure. It's gonna be this one. I need this, but it's gonna suck ass for this, and so absolutely, yes, that makes total sense. Um, mm, like let's see. If it's not, which one will that be? I hate to use it, but it might be true since the years have been long enough. I hate to use this one. No, no, no. Let's see if it's worth anything at all. Okay, okay. So they didn't have a choice, so they... Ha! Ha ha! Right. Okay, cool. So we do have a structure for this. Let's talk. 3411. Can you do 3411 at all? I don't know if you can do 3411. But long-term hold, it is a great hold. Wait, let me normalize things a little bit for myself. You realize you might see this thing get cut in half, right? Maybe a quarter or maybe a half. Kinda. So it can definitely do that. But oh yeah, shit, it's not doing well. It can get cut in half. It is probably gonna hold 23, 22. That's gonna be a major level right there for you. Correlates perfectly with the median. So, but I mean, doesn't cut you in half, but it takes a third off. So you may be really having a good sort of moment for this. Do 3411 if you really get good, perfect news, something that will look. The question here is this: are you ready to penetrate and break this very strong resistance? Just a simple question. If you are, you will be moving slowly but surely towards 53, basically doubling the. It's kind of funny. You either get cut in half almost, or even up to a half, or you double the price almost. So long term, I'll say, look, even if you're going to go for another retest of this very level through this, and yeah, that's absolutely a good long term hold. Absolutely. It does totally make sense. Again, up to you to make that decision, but I would argue that even if just testing that shorter range channel, at some point you're going to test these levels. Even if it's going to happen later down the line and at junction of 53 right here because it got dragged out to death, which I doubt that's going to be the case, with the world, with the direction of where the world is headed. So yeah, absolutely. I totally like it. I would like to see deeper what exactly is that they make, right? To be more precise about it. And yeah, I had a feeling it's gonna have that. Yeah. So look, you might still eat some pain for some time from this thing, but honestly, yeah. And you know the cool thing is about holding such a thing, if it does have that breakout, you get that 53 maybe just any random day of the year. Why? Because these other companies actually do that because of a good contract. Because now the military realized, oh, we actually need a couple of these and a couple of that and maybe 4 of that and 20 of these. And actually, you know what? For already buying, give me 100 of whatever that is and maybe 1,000 of this. And yeah, don't worry, we have the money, which is good. You want America to be the most powerful goddamn army in the world that can, be the policeman of the world. We kind of need that, especially now. If Ori and I want to have some, good night's sleep, we definitely advocate for that shit. So you guys, get as much defense as you need, right? So yeah, that is that. That's my stance on that. SoFi, let's do SoFi. Absolutely. We've checked SoFi today and we spoke about how basically it is right now stuck in that corner and all the forces are right now holding you hostage. And you can see the price action is good. So amusingly enough, when we spoke about it, it was lower. And so right now, basically this is your thing. You go, let's see whether it's able to break out or not. But the assessment is all on the screen, right? We kind of spoke about this. The structure, well, it's very confusing, I guess. But basically, even what we're doing right now, the fact that we're moving upwards within that sort of right cubicle or that cell, if you will, and even furthermore, we're stuck within that cell or framework of this median channel, right? You can see it. Maybe I should clean some of this stuff. It will be easier to see. There's like so much. But I was presenting basically the potential movement. All in all, it all ends with the very next channel, which ranges between 61, sorry, the 6180 and the 65. 10% retracement, which is 13.42, 1262. Okay, that's what you get right here. These levels are the ones that really matter to us right now. And yeah, even though right now we'll be still doing some of this testing and eventually sort of looking at towards that. By the way, this level was already tested. You can already see some of the price action testing these levels from before. Those are not levels we just came up with. Okay, they're very well familiar with. That 1350, again, that is basically that as well. You can see that fib level playing its role right here. So we're kind of familiar with these levels from before. Okay, I definitely need a drink, boys and girls. 1 second. Ah, oh, that's wonderful. And yes, so yeah, on the grand scheme of things, it does appear that right now we're testing the median, but we will continue on that downwards channel that is a lot more distinctively visible right now. You see the yellow and red. So yeah, we're going to be moving downwards. We're looking at 1350 as a first target, and then when we break below it, that's 1342. Of course, there might be some entanglement with the price action right there. It's kind of a thing like that, you know, whatever, and only then break down. It might take a lot longer. As you can see, we dragged it out here further out. Why? Because it still retains the larger channel. You can see all of this noise, right? If I'll remove some of this noise, just kind of like, just for you guys to be able to see better, right? I'll remove some of this noise. Now you see the larger scope channels. Now you can see that basically we are moving within the channel. And so right now we're testing median, and what we're expected is basically to persist with this trend, okay, with this lane, if you will. And you can see it's a descending trend. You don't have to be, you know, a genius to see it. There's that. Right. SoFi. Greg, you still expect Palantir to hit 50? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Palantir expected to hit 50. In fact, I said first we're going to test the handle of 60, right? In that video, I actually emphasized and explained we're going to still test the 60 handle, right? Drop to the 60 area, test these various supports and resistances, and then eventually over time, when completed with the rest of the market, slowly deteriorate to around 50. Actually, I expect it to drop even lower further over time, right? But right now we're looking at the closer range, if you will. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, otherwise I would discuss it in the community. I would say, guys, boys and girls in the community, I openly, you know, everybody can ask me about any stock every single day, which most of you guys can do pretty much as well. I mean, I'm pretty much doing a live every single day. You know that? So don't click the button. 50% of yesterday price right now. Useless, thank you. Switch your goddamn nickname. I love you too much, and it just hurts me to see that and associate that word with you. You're not useless at all. You're a great, great, great person, great community member. Very smart person, very smart individual. With good spirit and good sense of humor. Which the combination is rare nowadays, we have to admit. Oftentimes people have, you know, like a set of some of them, but not all of them. It's very difficult to find people who have all of them. And yeah. That's what I know, I get it. That's what allows you to sort of, you know, use this self-deprecating humor and not care about it. I get it. But still, come on, man. Fubu TV. Never understood it proper, honestly. I don't like it, if you ask me, just kind of my personal opinion about it. When was that? That was pre and post market? Yes, absolutely. You have a gigantic hole there. This thing is going to get filled. This thing is going to get filled probably, most likely, gradually. Right now it's already bearish and it's going down, so I don't like it, what that looks like. That is bearish, absolutely. So going down further on. This is still below the 50, so it's pseudo rally. It's just basically a correction on the above 50. Cool. Okay, interesting. Okay. What do you do here? You don't have data? You have data. Surprised for a second. Temporary relief, retest to the upside, getting ready to break back down. All normal. So okay, cool. Yeah, if what is that? Single digits. Give 4. 4. 4. So you're very resistant. This asset cares about every dollar and every half dollar. So you're gonna have 4. You're gonna have 350. You're gonna have 2, 3, all the round numbers. In fact, I would argue that this level it might still actually care about individual increments of 10 cents, but I don't know. Could be very low price, very low price, very low, very low. I see. Okay, so you'll have these, of course. Da da da. Do we see everything? Yeah, that sucks. It's annoying, but that's in the in-between, so 350. Get ready for 350. When you hit that, let's talk about it again. You don't have a lot of choice in the matter. But then again, maybe they're planning something I don't know about, and I'm not really into television. So especially that's like sports TV, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely not up my alley. And that gap is too suspicious. So I mean, sure, you're gonna deteriorate to all hell. I think, unless they're having some really good plan to how bring it back. And they go long on Snort or Pot if they're trading as a commodities. Goddamn moron. I love your sense of humor, though. Hello, everyone. Nanny Zingland Mustang Mama. Yeah, absolutely. That is our mama right here. I'm worried about you very. Like, your goddamn state is on fire. Take a break. Go elsewhere. Go to Hawaii. I think Hawaii is better this time of the year. You know? Less dangerous, it appears to be. So. Mickey Blue Eyes reference. Forgot about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. You really forget I am horrible with movies and things and stuff, and I don't remember jack shit if it's not market related. Even that I don't remember half anymore because I remember too much. Like my entire bandwidth has been taken up by the market. You know, hypersonic missiles. Oh right, they do. Oof, Judy. Yes, I like them. Yes. That is, you know, there's a fun phrase, a fun gif from a funny show called Archer. Sadly, it's over with, and there's a funny moment there that a character named Krieger, Dr. Krieger, who's not really a doctor, goes, "Stop it! I can get only that, you know, down in my bottoms area." So excited, you know, if you will. So yeah, that is good. That is good stuff. I'm going to. I haven't bought. What is it going down to? Wait, there you already covered that. So we'll watch it later. Bad Wars Gang, absolutely. Have a good evening, good afternoon. Moo, please. Let's do Moo. Actually, good one. I haven't done Moo in a while. The whole sector is going tits up. So let's see. I predicted it, by the way, a while back, a long time ago. I was still talking to a lot of people who really liked it, and we were analyzing this. I definitely said it's gonna go bananas at some point, and I definitely did. But sadly, as you're retaining this channel, and you will, and yeah. Semiconductors. Well, yeah, sir, I'm gonna have a big problem. So 66, 60. 60, 69. I want to just check something just to be sure. Earnings are looking good though. Acceptable. Okay. Look, I am not your uncle. I can say that this is suspicious given the location. This is very suspicious, actually. We know it's going to get affected by the market, so you got a 50 right there. So definitely going 50. You're going 50. That means you're going down still. As the bigger picture, then you should look deeper. You're probably gonna formulate some form of head and shoulders here. It's also very much similar to the market behavior. So you're still gonna go down, but it's gonna go gradual, the same way it sort of might be already doing right now. It's not just gonna be straightforward. So testing this first, which is although an ascending channel, it is still a lower high, right? It's gonna be a lower high and then break down. So lower high and then break down. That's what we're kind of thinking. So those are my thoughts right now about this. Levels, of course, if we want to talk about levels, you definitely have your 100 that is playing a key role in this thing, and it's definitely, you can see it very distinctively right there. So you have your 100. Okay, let's just fix that. Now let's 80. You definitely have something there when it's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna have 100 there. Yeah, I set it up. Just 97 in the post. Just wanted to make sure I did correct it. Let's give you 90 real quick while we can. Oh, damn it. Really? Okay. The quick way to get going, make me go bananas. Let's just check it out internally just to be sure that it does care about the tens. Yeah, it does. You see, magic. So yeah. I didn't delete that. Sorry. You're gonna be doing this channel. You already definitely got locked in. I would argue that it's definitely gonna close that gap, so definitely gonna get 90 at some point soon. What comes first? What comes first? So a corrective movement. So first you get 100 again. First you get this again, and then you get whatever that is, completion of the gap, back into the channel, back 100, and that's just a temporary test, and then break down, yes. And then it's gonna start breaking you downwards from whatever. When it's done, it's gonna start taking you downwards back to that 80, potentially to the bottom of the channel, which represent 70 handle. It's like 71 to 69, the range, right? The range, if you will, the vicinity. We never say anything particular, but although the particular line, the particular support, based upon how quickly we're going to make it, could be 70. Cool. But because slippage in the market is unstable and can slip over sometimes, you might get the 69 handle for like the day. So a 60 handle with a 9. We'll have to go Hawaii right now. Yeah, definitely. You should take a break, go anywhere, pretty much, just anywhere, I guess. I think. But right, boys and girls, I think we're done for today. Definitely, that was a longer than usual. I'm grateful for everyone who joined us and stayed for this long. SPX, no biggie, no surprise here. Oh yeah, I'm looking right. No, wait, where? Stupid me. No, okay, but no surprise. Yes, we're not doing anything. We're really not doing anything interesting here. It tends to not to surprise. Judy, no, that's it. Next time. Next time. I'm done. I am done. I'm done. Time to for me to go rest as well. I'm also human, Judy. We are done for today. We are more than done for today. All right. Boys and girls, I'll see you on the Discord, right? Shout out to the community members, to all the new joining members. This is how you join. Don't forget, patreon.com/investory. That beautiful stuff. See you in the Discord. Otherwise, you'll stay in the not know like other people, right? Make sure you do join, and that way you'll be in the know. Right, boys and girls, love you much. See you tomorrow. So expect tomorrow is gonna go bananas. Bananas, I tell you. Or pineapples, whatever. It's gonna be crazy. See you tomorrow. See you on the Discord. Love you much. Bye bye.